Hey YouTube, as I've been doing for the past few months now, I want to go over all the different events to look at it from the GBL perspective because the content creators, big ones say, this is what the event's about. But as this channel is GBL focused, I want to look at it from the GBL focus. So I was looking through this event and I was reading some comments, and there is a lot of buzz on this event. Some of the top comments I saw about the event were, this is definitely an event. I'm sure even making the infographic for this event was boring. Insert Dipper, this is worthless meme. What the hell is this? And finally, this may be the worst event ever. So, if you haven't clicked off by now, thank you. This event is bad. It is an electric type Pokemon event for the 4 full days. No, that's not how math works. 3 full days. 3 full days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. From the beginning 12 a.m. to all the way till 12 p.m. on Thursday. There are the following bonuses. So increased chances to encounter shiny Magnemite, Plusly, and Minimum. And why people are already calling this event boring is because I am not even a hunter, and I probably have like 5 of these shinies each. So they're very, very like easy shinies to get. Magnetic lures are more likely to attract the event themed Pokemon. In addition, there's a special bonus. So 2 times XP for catching Pokemon, 50% more XP for raid battles, and 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. So I won't totally dismiss it, because anytime you can get like just a Stardust event, we take it, right? So we take free Stardust. Anytime we can get free Stardust for just catching Pokemon, we take it. So October 17th, if there's one day to focus on an actual event bonus, October 17th, go catch a few more Pokemon. Now, what is the actual event? So, time research will be available each day. The time research will give trainers tasks focused on exploration and catching Pokemon. So, October 15th, encounter with, how do you say this? Plusly? 5,000 XP and 2,500 Stardust, which is not much at all. Encounters with Magnemite, 1 Magnetic Lure on the 16th, and encounters with Minimum 5,000 and 2,500 XP. So, and there's also research tasks. So it's not even like they're in the wild. They're not even in the wild. Yeah, I think that's what I actually saw someone said. One of the other comments that I did not capture is, doing a 3-day researched focused event is definitely a decision. And that's what it is. We're not even looking for these Pokemon in the wild. If you use a magnetic lure, they'll be attracted to it. Increased chance to encountering them, but it seems like, based on how I'm reading this, it is just a research focused event where these Pokemon appear either in field research tasks, time research tasks, or through your magnetic lures. So it's not like you can even actively go out and hunt these Pokemon. It doesn't seem like. So from a GBL perspective, it was already insignificant. What makes it even more insignificant is 2 of these 3 Pokemon are essentially useless in GBL. We have Minimum at 525. We have the other one, which does not even register. Oh, because PLU 767. So 2 don't register. And then we could talk about Magneton and Magnezone. So Magnezone in the Great League is 125 with Wild Charge and Mirror Shot. It probably has even a little more play in the Ultra League. 153, so somewhat similar. Volt Switch, let's just look at the Pokemon in the Great League, because that's where you may want to use it. Because there's not a lot of electric in the Great League to start with. Volt Switch as a damage per turn, energy per turn move, 4 energy for 3.6 damage. So not the best, not the worst. It's a 4-turn fast move. So when we see those 4-turn fast moves, we like a little more on the damage energy combo here. But 4 and 3.6 is actually pretty decent for Volt Switch. Now, it has Wild Charge, which is huge. 45 energy for 120 damage. Obviously, it lowers your defense by 2, but it's a nuke. It's a self debuff nuke where you just nuke and bail. I guess the other problem with this Pokemon is on top of its stats product, which is just very high attack 135, low defense 120, low stamina 102, 1653 overall, and on top of its typings, steel electric is actually a kind of interesting typing, but not for the current state of the meta. It is double weak to ground, and ground got buffed except for Mudshot where I got nerfed, but ground in general, all the Mud Slap users out there right now, Gastrodon and stuff like that with Earthquake, and just otherwise just resisting electric. There's a lot of ground out there to use this Pokemon. That's the first problem. Fighting a little less this season. Fire, kind of in the middle. It does have a ton of resistances, don't get me wrong. It has double resist Steel, Poison, and Flying, and single resist Rock, Psychic, Normal, Ice, Grass, Fairy, Electric, Dragon, Bug. So very, very significant amount of resistances, which has always given it play, right? Because if you look at the other aspects of this, you know, the fast move, okay. Volt Switch is like an okay fast move. Wild Charge, as this Pokemon is a nuke, is fantastic. The other second move is actually not great. You have either a Mirror Shot Bait, which is not amazing, 35 for 42 damage, which is pathetic, 1.2. It does have a 30% chance to learn attack, but honestly, if it's that bad of a move, you would want it a little higher than 30%. Or you're looking at a Flash Cannon, 70 for 132, and you're really only throwing that if Wild Charge is resisted, and if that's resisted, then your Volt Switch is resisted, then you're probably pretty in trouble anyways. So it doesn't matter too much about that second move. So I would love to see a better second move on this Pokemon, and then the stat product is not great, and then the typing's just not helping it right now. But in terms of like, Electric is just not good right now in the Great League for the reasons that I just mentioned, right? Let's just actually, before we look at Electric, let's just look at Ground. Here are all your top ranked ground Pokemon. And what do you see? A crap ton in the top 50. Clodsire, Gastrodon, Diggersby, Quagsire. So that is, we'll eliminate the double. You can either say there's 5 of the top 10 Pokemon or are ground, or you can just get rid of the double Clodsire and say 4 out of the top 9 are ground, right? So 4 of the top 9 Pokemon are ground type Pokemon. And then you have Marowak, Golurk, Marowak, Steelix, Whiscash, Hippowdon, Donphan, Swampert. Did I say Whiscash yet? Yeah, I said the shadow version. And then you're getting into like the 90s, right? So with so many ground Pokemon, Electric is just taking a back seat. In fact, the top Electric is Lantern with Water Gun, where you do super effective against ground with the water. The first actual Electric Pokemon, one near and dear to this channel, Togedemaru, where I have not, if you've noticed that I always use Togedemaru and I've been dominating with it for the last few seasons, I have not used it this season. It is very, very, very tough to run an Electric right now, which is why I actually thought that I would have more play in the Ultra League. Now, there are some grounds in the Ultra League, like Gastrodon's like a number 3 ranked, and then you have some of the other ones, but there's less. There is slightly less and a lot less sort of top heavy. Yes, you have your Gastrodon. Not many people have Zygarde. And yes, Steelix is out there. But then you're going down to like 28, Nidoqueen, 34, Swampert got nerfed. So there's other options, right? So it does have play. There's also still a lot of Dragons, Giratina, Guzzlord, Dragology, which resist the Electric. So even though it's slightly worse ranked in the Electric at 153, I think it has a little more play. Like, for example, Ampharos is ranked 217, which is crazy to me. I think Ampharos is one of like the better safe swaps of Ultra League. So for it to be ranked that low, it just is really surprising to me. So I don't think Electric should be as low ranked as it is here. It's still limited in, you know, some of its stat products and stuff like that. But I think there's more play in the Ultra League. So if you got a Magnezone, again, Shadow Magnezone is better, which I don't think you can really get unless it's in the, I don't know if it's in the Rocket Grunts right now. But yeah. And then Magneton has kind of like a, in the Great League, it's Magneton in limited cups is kind of like a fun play. I have played with it in limited cups, where Magneton's just like too bulky, because Magneton's a little more, I don't even know if that's true. You have an even higher attack with Magneton, and more glassiness. So I think you're actually more glassy as Magneton than Magnezone, which is crazy to me because the Magnezone's the evolution. But yeah, they're kind of niche Pokemon. already, and just with the current state of the meta, not good. So good luck catching some shinies if you're doing the research, but otherwise that is pretty much where this event ends for GBLers. So yeah, that is basically it. Tomorrow we are looking at top teams. Unfortunately, they are for Master League and a Little Cup, Halloween Cup, but unfortunately a Little Cup which is dominated by Shuckle and Murals. So pick your poison this week, whether you want to do a terrible research event or a terrible GBL week. I mean, please come back to the channel and watch the videos. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.